Hello and welcome back to Off Track Podcast with me, Dave Neal. This week, it's a Speedway GP special, direct from the National Speedway Stadium for round 5 of the FIM Speedway Grand Prix Championship. We went down to have a look behind the scenes and chat to a few riders and just get a feeling of what Speedway means to them. I've followed Speedway on and off since the late 70s. It's an amazing sport. If you haven't seen it, we've also got some footage included in the programme as well, courtesy of Speedway GP. I can't wait to bring you these chats and a little look behind the scenes of what makes these guys what they are. Before we get started, a massive thank you to Declan Constable at Speedway GP for organising the day for us and looking after us so well. And also a massive thanks to Dan Linfoot as well for giving us a bit of his time after he had an experience of a Speedway machine over lunchtime on the Saturday. He's coming up right at the very end of the show. But that's enough from me. Let's get on with it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Speedway GP. Dan Bewley, winner of last night's Speedway GP. Welcome back to Off Track Podcast, mate. It's great to see you. How are you?
Yeah, good. Thank you.
How was it last night? Tell us from the rider's seat, because the last chance qualifier was an incredible race. And then to do what you did in the final was something stunning in front of your home fans.
Yeah, just it looked cool, I guess. But no, it just felt pretty easy almost. Just nice. Bike felt good and I felt good and knew where I wanted to go. So wasn't too much to it.
That's for sure. Moves away. Green line is on. Takes her up. What a start from hold of that bike. Absolutely. I can pull it out of a gun off the gate number 2. He gets himself to the front. It comes Mikkelsen through in second place. Bewley dropped in third. He's out the back with Quebec roaring around the outside. But Jack Holder, gate number 2. He's doing it again. He did it in Warsaw and backed himself then. He's doing it again here at the National Speedway Stadium. And he's flying in front. Bewley roaring around the outside.
Yeah, Bewley's doing what Bewley does. He's making a bit more ground up with every single lap. He's doing big laps. He's going to get the better of Mikkelsen here. I tell you what, he's got every chance of getting around Jack Holder.
Here we go then. Keep your eyes on Dan Bewley. We need to be watching it. There we go. Dan Bewley coming on around the outside. Jack Holder elected to go tight. There's a lap to go. Dan Bewley running down the fence. Can he get to the front? It's going to be awfully tight with less than a lap to go. He's done it.
He's going to do it.
Oh my goodness gracious me. That is some sensational ride from Dan Bewley. Crowd on their feet. Look at the reaction. Holder must have felt he had that. But Dan Bewley, you said it, Chris. He committed to the outside.
How much was home track knowledge helpful last night, or was the track completely different to what it normally is for a club meet?
Yeah, no, to be honest, it probably hurt me. First couple of meetings races, I got off to a slow start. And track was just a lot different. It's kind of actually, I think it's harder as a home rider.
How would you describe Speedway to somebody who's never been before? We've asked this for a lot of the other riders that we've been to today, because we're a road racing based podcast normally, as we met previously here at the Aces a couple of weeks ago. But how would you describe Speedway to a new fan?
Yeah, it's just pretty straight to the point. There's not too much to the bikes. The bikes have kind of just been perfected over the last 50 years or so. You know, we've pretty much got an air filter bolted straight on top of the valves, and there's a lot of air going in on methanol, a lot of fuel going in, and the bikes are pretty simple, really. We got 4 laps, 4 guys just trying to see who's the best, so there's not too much to it.
And last night you were the best. Let's see if we can do it again tonight.
That's it, we'll have a go.
Dan, thank you so much, mate, and all the best.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
No chance at all. Here we go then. Big 4 laps in front of us now to complete round number 4 here in Manchester. What a night it's been. Fabulous lineup. Green line is on. Takes her up. And Bewley's made a lovely start. He gets there out of gate 2. He gets the better of Zmarzlik. Kurtz has gone very wide. He's in the dirt round the outside. Zmarzlik now. The next is going to...
Here comes Kurtz.
Kurtz dive bombs. He hits the front momentarily. Zmarzlik now slams the door shut. Bewley's on the inside as well. Which way is it going to go? Zmarzlik now hits the front. Oh my goodness gracious me. How brave do you have to be?
Very brave. Bewley had the front wheel in the air coming off the corner. It was about 2 inches from the fence. I think that sealed the deal. I think he's going to stay there. But I tell you what, Zmarzlik is not going to give in.
What a move from Dan Bewley. We're into lap number 3. That was a stunning move to get the better of Zmarzlik and Brady Kurtz. They're almost riding the air fence. tight down the back straight. But Bewley, a winner in the LCQ in stunning style. And what a victory for Bewley. He wins here at the National Speedway Stadium. From Linfoot to Bewley. It's a very special moment. It's his 4th Grand Prix win in his home country in Warsaw, but the other 3 rounds, well, 2 wins and a second, not too bad.
But Brady Kurtz is keeping him very honest.
Well, Brady Kurtz, welcome to Off Track. Thanks for joining us, mate. Really appreciate your time. We've got 4 quick questions for you. How would you sell Speedway to a new fan?
How would I sell it? Come and watch me.
And he really is Mr. Consistent behind Zmarzlik right now.
Here we go, then heat number 10. What a match-up this is. Oh, it's a long march. Zmarzlik's missed it completely. And Brady Kurtz has got there. Here comes Vaculik, round the outside from gate number 4. He's winding it on. Kurtz has gone from the inside to the outside. Vaculik read it beautifully. And Vaculik has chopped back to the front. Here comes Zmarzlik now into the thick of the action. Kurtz, what has he got? Don't rule him out. Here he comes to the outside. Oh my goodness! Bounces off the fence. Such entertainment. He's going to hit the front surely.
Oh, here comes Zmarzlik as well. He's going to straight line up the inside of Vaculik. He didn't expect that one coming.
But Kurtz and Zmarzlik, the top 2 in the world, going head to head in each end, and Kurtz comes out on top. Speedway out of the top draw, and heat number 10 in the National Speedway Stadium tonight.
That should do it.
That's the perfect answer. Why did you become a Speedway rider?
All I ever knew. I had an older brother who was a rider before me, and so when I was growing up, all I seen was him riding and want to be just like your older brother, don't you? So yeah, it was all I knew from very young age.
Describe a Speedway race in 1 word.
1 word. Exhilarating.
That's a great word. Nobody's used that one yet.
Till heat number 20. Here we go then, heat number 15. Tapes are up, charging into the first corner, and here comes Kurtz around the outside. Thompson's right on the inside. Kurtz and Lingman out of back. Whoa! They're hooked up, big crash! Oh!
Awkward.
Untidy crash going down the back straight. Freddie Lingman's footrest caught under the engine plates of Brady Kurtz. Couldn't get away from him.
And finally, tell me about your most memorable race.
A singular race? Not sure. One race is hard. Do you know how many races I've done in my career?
Well, no, there's an awful lot of races we've done. So what's your biggest memory so far in your career?
Probably being Australian champion the first time. That was something special for me, so probably that.
Perfect. Brady, thank you. So I know you only just arrived, but thank you for your time and best of luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Robert Lambert, welcome to Off Track. Great to see you. Thanks for sparing us the time. I know it's a busy afternoon here at the NSS for the Speedway GP. We've got 4 questions for you. How would you describe Speedway to a new fan?
To a new fan, it's something which, open up all of your senses. You've got smell, you've got sound, and the sight of the action and the elbow to elbow stuff that goes on in 60 seconds is incredible. So, if any kind of sport or something that can open up all of your senses is something incredible, and that's what Speedway is. And once you come the first time, you're going to be hooked.
Gate number 4 for the British rider. Ron Shaw, the start marshal, moves away, and Kurtz has made a fantastic start. He fires himself to the front. Lambert's coming charging around the outside. Will he have the speed? Yes, he has. Come on, Lambert, round the outside. Can he get the better of Kurtz? He has done. That's more like it from Lambert. Kurtz now having to give chase.
Unbelievable to think that that's his first race win in 9 heats over these 2 days. But he does it in style, beats Brady Kurtz, and that takes some doing round here on any occasion. Brady actually was very fair to him there. He went into the corner very narrow.
Why did you become a Speedway rider?
My dad used to race at an amateur level, and I was put on a bike at 3 years old and started to race at 5 years, and then as I progressed and got through things, it changed from being a hobby to my job, and that's where I felt that I can have a career out of this and move forwards and push as hard as I can to be the best speedway rider in the world.
Describe a speedway race in one word.
Ferocious.
And what, out of all your career so far, has been your most memorable race or your most memorable moment?
There was being European champion, but then we won the World Championship for Speedway of Nations for Team Great Britain last year here in Manchester. So I think that topped my all-time greatest achievements, and was definitely a special moment to be able to win it for the second time in a row here at the National Speedway Stadium.
Perfect, Robert. Thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck for tonight and for the rest of the season.
Thank you. Cheers for having me.
Tai Woffinden, welcome to Off Track Podcast. Great to be here at the National Speedway Stadium. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not bad. And actually, I've struggled today after the amount of walking and whatnot I did yesterday. Today's been a slow day getting going. At lunchtime, before I started to feel we're good now, and I woke up at 6. So yeah, I feel like an 80-year-old retiree.
But training with Kirk and the boys, with Sam and Alex, and getting things back into shape that way. You got a great team around you there.
Yeah, I have, and even in Poland, I stayed in Poland. I chose to stay in Poland for so long to do my rehabilitation and my physiotherapy, to basically have everything under one roof. The facilities that we have in Wrocław are great, and it's all in one shop. So you just start from there and work your way out the room over a 4 or 5 hour period. So that was good. And then we came back to England. Was only planning on being here for a week. Came to this event, and then when we landed, we was like, we love it here, and we're gonna stay for a month, I think, maybe. Like, oh man, my life's so up and down. It changes from week to week. So you could speak to me in 2 weeks, and I might be back living in Poland again or over in Australia. Like, yeah, I just one day at a time for now.
What's at this point in time? What does the week hold for Tai Woffinden? You getting pulled pillar to post from sponsors, from the event. You're a man in demand.
Yeah, like something like this where I haven't been yet. I've got plenty on, but the week's pretty cruisy, man. Just now to be gym every morning, recover, eat good, maybe go back to the gym in the afternoon for a second session, just spin the legs out of something, jump in the sauna, and then go to sleep.
We've asked a few of the boys here over today, Saturday at the NSS for the Speedway GP. How would you describe Speedway to a new fan?
I don't know, all action-packed racing. You can watch the whole race from sat in your seat. You don't have to just watch the guys fly by one corner or one straight, unless you're doing MotoGP or F1 or any of that sort of stuff. Yeah, we accelerate faster than a Formula 1 car, and the absolute monster of things that we race, and we just go at it.
Are we going to see you back on track this season?
Mate, I haven't even thought about riding. I don't know if I will come back. I haven't made my mind up what I want to do yet. Haven't really thought too much about it. Just focused on trying to get my body right. There's a high possibility that I need to have a second operation on my arm to finish that off and get it right. So yeah, being on a bike's not a priority right now.
One step at a time.
That's it.
Tai, thank you so much, mate. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. It's been great to see you.
Cheers.
Thanks. Bartosz, Zmarzlik, welcome to Off Track Podcast. We've got 3 questions for you. Thank you for joining us. First of all, how would you describe Speedway to a new fan?
Must coming watching on the live, because never the first time look at this discipline from the TV, know the same feeling like the normal, really good track, for example, like this, and here in Manchester. And must welcome the feeling this discipline on the live, so I 100% coming the more time.
Heat number 15, green light comes on, tapes her up, and we're racing into the first corner. Lingman's got there, elects to go wide. Here comes Zmarzlik through the traffic. The change of equipment worked nicely there. Bewley's gone to the back. That's not where we're used to seeing, but Zmarzlik, the world champion, round the outside. Freddie giving chase. Bewley working hard round the inside, but it's Zmarzlik. Not totally convincing, because Freddie looks quick in second place. That happy but once again picked up the 3 points when he really needed to. He's fighting for his life out there.
Yeah, he rolled the dice, didn't make the best start off the outside, but it was a lovely cutback through the middle of the pack on the first turn there. Dan Bewley lifts, almost runs in to the back of Freddie Lindgren. Lovely move around the inside though for Bewley, but Lindgren has just got that little bit more speed on the outside, out in the deep dirt, chasing down Bartosz Zmarzlik, and gets himself there in front. This race, poor Freddie Lindgren was going.
Perfect. I couldn't agree more. Being here beats watching it on the TV completely. How did you become a speedway rider?
Because I love the motorbikes, I love the fast ride, I love this discipline from the young guy, because I'm also the first look on the life with my parents and my brother, and when I'm used the normal bikes in my garden and around home, and later I'm trying this discipline and I feeling, so this is my word.
Excellent. Describe a speedway race in one word.
Speedway race,
In one word.
the best or what?
The best word for you to describe a speedway race.
Well, I don't know. It's like the
Intense, difficult, hard, fun.
it's hard and fun.
All of those. And what's been your most memorable race?
My memories, the best.
Yeah.
Always like the feeling the first make it the championship, the 2019, and always the every title so nice feeling, and also the very single winner in the GP series is so always is unbelievable feeling.
Wonderful. Second place last night. We wish you all the very best for tonight. Bartosz, thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Here we go then, Tai Woffinden knows what it's like to be in this position. He's been there many times. Here we go, final time. Tapes are up, Kurtz makes it. Zmarzlik's having a real go from the outside, electing to go right round the outside. Kurtz has got a good lead. Here comes Lindgren, here comes Zmarzlik. Zmarzlik round the outside at turns 3 and 4. Can Kurtz cover it off? Here we go, here comes Zmarzlik up the inside. He's done it. What a move from Bartosz Zmarzlik.
Oh, I tell you what, Kurtz is going to come back at him, but Zmarzlik, super move, did everything right, got plenty of speed around the first turn, went super wide. He's going to stay out there. He knows that's where Kurtz can generate most of the speed. He's going to cover that off.
Here we go. Bartosz Zmarzlik riding out of his skin once again. Got the better of Brady Kurtz. You cannot deny the fact that this champion is riding like a champion here tonight in the National Speedway Stadium. Down the back straight for the final time in round number 5. Second last night, the championship leader wins his 3rd Grand Prix of the season, Bartosz Zmarzlik. What a way to do it. Polish fans delighted. The team delighted as well.
Knew what he was doing when he chose gate 4, didn't he?
Max Fricke, welcome to Off Track Podcast. We're here at the NSS for Speedway GP, what has been your home track in the past. It's somewhere you know well. We've got 4 questions for you. First question is, how would you sell Speedway to a new fan?
Speedway is just such a high pace, adrenaline-filled racing. From a spectator point of view, you can see every heat, every race, all the action. You don't miss any of it. So it's, really family friendly and high energy. Get out and have a look.
Reds are up, tapes are up, and we're racing, and it's a lovely start from the rider on the inside, Lambert. Holders looking threatening coming out of the and Max Fricke round the outside. Oh, Fricke with so much speed. We see it so often. Charges to the front against the better of Lambert. Fricke riding out of his skin tonight. So tough to keep people behind. Let's watch it again. This was another thrilling race.
Yeah, great race, and very even break actually between Holder and Lambert there, but Lambert you would think has got the advantage on the inside, but Max Fricke, what a move around the outside.
How did you become a Speedway rider?
I originally started just riding bikes as a kid. Anything with wheels, I was happy to ride. It would be unicycle to motorbikes. And a friend of ours, a local friend of ours in town, introduced me to Speedway at a young age, and we used to do it on the weekends along with a bit of motocross. and you know, it turned out I wasn't too bad at it. So he gave me my start, and you know, we were able to kind of build from there.
Describe a speedway race to me in one word.
Fearless.
And over your career, what's been your most memorable race?
Maybe winning Warsaw Grand Prix. That's a pretty cool environment to go out and win a Grand Prix. Maybe not my favorite of tracks, but just the energy in that stadium, you know, a packed house filled with, you know, a huge amount of people. I think it's like 55,000, something like that. So that was really cool.
Perfect, Max. Best of luck for tonight. It's been great to meet you. Thanks very much indeed.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Anders, welcome to Off Track. Thank you for joining us. We've got 4 questions for you. How would you describe Speedway to a fan that's never been before?
It's really sensational, you know. It's a sport it's easy to understand. It's a motorsport. It's really fast. You can see the whole track, and it's full of action for every second in the meeting.
Heat number 18, Max Fricke, a winner last time. Can he do it again here in heat number 18? Tapes have gone up. Fantastic start out of gate number 2, Lambert. Absolutely fabulous. Gate 2 working a treat. Here comes Thompson round the outside. Max Fricke just spinning up, coming off the first turn. And as Thompson winding it on, hasn't done much all night. Suddenly the bike's beginning to work. He's going to get the better of Robert Lambert. And it's Thompson from nowhere. Fires himself to the front. Brilliant ride. Jack Holder out the back. Robert Lambert has to block him. Kills the momentum. We're into the last lap. Now Jack Holder on the inside. Opportunist move from the Australian. Gets the better of Robert Lambert. Snatches second place away. It's going to be a chance to the line. Psycho to the line.
And how did you become a Speedway rider?
Actually, my dad was racing, and my granddad also. So, yeah, when I was a young kid, 3 years old, my dad crashed and broke his leg. And afterwards, I actually started.
What a great story.
Yeah.
And how would you describe a Speedway race in one word?
In one word. Great.
I don't know. And what, over your career, what's been your most memorable race?
When I win the Grand Prix in Grajczonek in 23, was it? Yeah, I think so. That was the best thing ever for me.
Fantastic. Anders, thank you so much for joining us, and the very best of luck tonight in Manchester.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed.
Being in. Thank you.
Cheers. So, Martin, how would you describe Speedway to a new fan?
Good show on the 2 wheels with no brakes and with a lot of emotions.
But another competitive looking lineup here in heat number 12. Tapes are up. Away we go. Martin Vaselik and Kubera get there alongside each other. Now Hülkenberg switching to the inside. Is he vulnerable down the back straight? Yes, it's tight between Martin Vaselik. Vaselik right out wide, switching off the back. Kubera's right in the dirt as well. Holders at the back. Here comes Vaselik up the inside. Another super race here on the cards. Holder bursting in on the action as well. Brilliant stuff from Vaselik. To pick up 5 points, you would
One of
suggest.
those riders, gate 3, which will go against him a little bit, but Martin Vaculík, determined mood. You can see there once again, hanging right over the front of the bike, doesn't want it to lift up on him. Kubera at this point heads the field. It looks like it's going to be a good race for him, but it all changes as it so often does here at the NSS. Determined pass up the inside there from Martin Vaculík.
And why did you become a Speedway rider?
I born in Żarnowice, and in Żarnowice we had and have still a speedway track, and since my kid time I always was going to the speedway meetings, and my father was also a speedway rider, so it was love from very young age for me to speedway.
Can you describe a Speedway race in one word?
No, I don't know.
Never an easy question. And over your career, what has been your most memorable race?
It's many. It's many. Every single race or every single win or something is so special, you know. But I cannot point just to one now.
Perfect, Martin. Best of luck for this weekend. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to meet you.
You mate, appreciate that.
Wonderful. Andrzej, thank you so much for joining us. How would you describe Speedway to somebody who's never been before?
Oh, how we tell, like, no brakes, no gear, no fair, yeah. And yeah, that is emotional motorsport where you can watch racing. You know, everything is here during the heat. You see all action, and yeah, it's very short. You can just enjoy the racing, not like or colleagues from motorsport, MotoGP or motocross, where you need to go around the whole track. Is hard to find place for good view, but here you have a comfortable vision, and yeah, that is like gladiator sport.
I couldn't agree more. Why did you become a Speedway rider?
How I can explain, in Daugavpils, for example, is like in Latvia, in my hometown, is one of religion. Speedway is one of religion. It's the favorite sport in my city. Everyone come watch Speedway, and young boys. I think 80% of young boys wanna try Speedway, and I'm be one of them. When I first time come to stadium, I straight away say for myself, I want to be Speedway rider. And and then I ask my mom, can I try? And yeah, mom support me straight away, and yeah, I try it, and that was my first sport, and how we see last, and first love for all life.
It's fantastic to see. This is never easy when English isn't your first language, but can you describe a Speedway race in one word?
Well, action. Action, yeah.
That's close enough. That's close enough. And finally, Andrzej, tell me about your most memorable race.
Memorable race. Maybe that was Speedway World Cup, when small country like Latvia, where we have now we have 2 tracks but 1 team, and without league in our country, and we like a country where have maximum on this moment when we go to Vaculík for World Cup 2017. We have 6 riders, with the license, and we beat Denmark and qualify for race off, World Speedway race off, and that was a incredible feeling, and I was one of actor of this, and I beat Niels Christian Iversen with extra heat for the make this race off, and yeah, that was amazing, and we was top 7 or top 6 in the world, with 6 riders in our country. That was really nice memory.
That's special. Andrzej, thank you so much. Best of luck for tonight, and it's a pleasure to meet you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cheers. FIM Speedway Race Director Phil Morris, welcome to Off Track. Great to see you, mate. What an event we've got here at the National Speedway Stadium for Speedway Grand Prix. Last night was incredible. Tell me about it from the hot seat.
Yeah, we had an absolutely fantastic event last night. I think a lot of people are saying it's one of the, if not the best Grand Prix ever. It was a hell of a lot of passing, which is, in any motorsport, when you get lots of back and forth with riders, is good. Yeah, it was a fantastic day, full house, and we've got the same again today. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we replicate that and we have another fantastic show. And I'm sure the local will be happy if Dan Bewley or Robert Lambert wins, or probably Brady Kurtz, who's a Belle Vue rider. But yeah, I'm sure there's most of these guys in the pits have actually got a chance of winning this, which is really important for a sport that all 16 riders have a chance.
It's 16 of the best Speedway riders in the world, all competing at the National Speedway Stadium. We've spoken previously when we've been here with the Belle Vue Aces, speaking to yourself. It's an amazing sport, and last night proved it. There was a lot of grumbling about moving it from Cardiff to the National Speedway Station, infrastructure, things like that. But I think last night vindicated the move completely.
Yeah, I think track-wise here, I've always said it's one of the best, if not the best track in the world. It produces time after time. Obviously, Cardiff had a special place in my heart. It's my local town, and it's a big, 70,000-seater stadium, and you have the bars and the restaurant straight outside. But on the other hand, like we've already just spoke about Manchester, yeah, you're not quite in the centre, but 10-minute Uber ride, you're there, you get to see Manchester. Obviously, there's a lot of people travelled here to get to see Manchester as well as the Speedway. So yeah, we're trying to put on the best show, and hopefully that translates then further on to the stadium being fuller for a league match as well, because that's the idea of it. So if we can sell the sport to other people, that's great.
One thing we've spoken to a lot of the riders this afternoon about what it is that makes Speedway so good. I mean, a lot of our viewers and listeners, they know that we're short circuit based primarily, but I was brought up on Speedway with my granddad in the late 70s and the early 80s, and I've always had a soft spot for it. How do you see Speedway growing in the UK, and what are yourself and the ACU doing to help promote the sport in the UK on its own?
Yeah, I think obviously most of your listeners will be maybe not aware much of Speedway, but we're very much, I would say, a gladiatorial four-rider. We have no fuel injection. We have no ECUs, nothing, we can't adjust anything. It's about a throttle and a back wheel spinning. That's it. So it's very much man and machine. And yeah, you put it forward to almost gladiatorial sort of chariot racing. But yeah, it's very raw. And yeah, it gives you, hopefully you can see all the track when you come to a stadium or watch it on TV. To have something, I think Supercross is probably the only other one as a motorsport that you can really see in a stadium itself. I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but it does give a certain element of an event. And yeah, we're very, very, very raw, and we're trying to make it more, of course, accessible to people. We want fans to come, and we're trying to make it cooler. We're trying to make it fun to come along. So the more people that see the sport, I think if we can get them here, they do sort of, I'm trying to think of the word. You almost inhale this bug of Speedway, and once it's in your blood, it never goes. I've been in it since I was down there. I'm very honoured and lucky to be in this position as a race director, also as the CEO of British Speedway. So I'm just honoured and privileged with that. And if I can help anyone to come to the sport, I encourage you to give it a go. Look around the country. We've got them from Poole and Plymouth in the south to Edinburgh and Glasgow in the north. Come along and give it a try, because hopefully you'll have a good day.
What are you expecting from tonight? A great night last night, amazing Speedway. If ever there was an advert for the sport, last night was it. More of the same tonight? Or has anything changed with the track, with the weather that we've had today?
Obviously a little bit different with the weather. We had a lot of overnight rain, which is a bit tougher to take the moisture out of it, but hopefully it's not far off. So hopefully it's a similar kind of setup. Obviously we want a fantastic race event. One big thing for us, we had no crashes last night, which is always good. If the medical team is not working, we're always happy with that. Yeah, so we hope for a good, safe night, some great racing for the crowd. The atmosphere yesterday was absolutely fantastic. And if we can get that atmosphere tonight, we'll be really pleased.
Brilliant. You're a busy man, Phil. Thank you so much. We wish you a great night. Every success.
Everything you do.
Thank you very much, mate, and all the very best.
Cheers, guys.
The team delighted as well.
Knew what he was doing when he chose gate 4, didn't he?
How can you ever doubt him? How can you ever doubt him? Stunning performance from Bartosz Zmarzlik. Fabulous couple of nights. Really appreciate your company. It really has been so good to be here in Manchester for the last 2 days. I think it's no doubt we've enjoyed it immensely, and we now look forward to round number 6 in Grajczonek in Poland next weekend.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that little glimpse into the world of Speedway Grand Prix racing. A massive thank you once again to Declan Constable, to Phil Morris and the team at Speedway GP, and to all the riders that took part in the chat as well, including the great Tai Woffinden and Dan Linfoot himself. We're back next week with a couple of chats from Snetterton. We're back on the horse. We're ready to go. We've also got another little job at Snetterton, which will become clear over the weekend. But as always, thank you so very much for joining us, and we'll be back next week. Take care of yourself. Sir Suzuki, Dan Linfoot at the National Speedway Stadium for the GP. It's great to see you, mate. How are you?
I'm good. It's really cool to be here, and I'm a massive fan of Speedway. I've watched it since I was young. And to be here is really cool. And I even got to have a little blast out on a bike earlier, which ticked a box on, the to-do list. So, yeah, really excited for tonight. I watched last night. I watched Dan win. It looked a great atmosphere and good to see a British winner last night. So hopefully we have similar tonight. And I'm just got a few friends and the missus here, and I'm actually flying out of Manchester tomorrow to Suzuka for testing. So it just killed two birds with one stone to be here and take in the atmosphere and watch the GP and then bugger off tomorrow. So yeah, thanks to everyone for making it happen. The organisers are the same from EWC to Speedway GP, and it just so happened really well that they could get us here and get me on a bike. So yeah, I must say I was super impressed by riding the bike earlier. It's completely different to anything that I've ever done before, and I was probably only 5% of the bike's capability, but what a thrill. Like, I was buzzing, loved it.
We were watching, we just arrived as you were going round, and you were definitely the quickest of the guests, without a shadow of a doubt. But by your third session, you were starting to give it a little bit going round the bends.
Yeah, I was, I wasn't scared by it. I wasn't, concerned, but I just wanted to try and understand some feeling of the bike and, start to lean it over a bit, feel where the grip is, and then, in what we do, we're quite used to opening the gas and trying to get some movement from the rear. So I was already quite confident corner exit and getting the rear spinning, but obviously my level on throwing the bike in sideways is not quite there yet. So no, just trying to start my understanding of the feel of a speedway bike, really, and it definitely has left me wanting a bit more. I would like to try and do a bit more in the future, but let's see what happens. It's obviously quite a risky thing to be doing, as well as short circuit. So yeah, let's see on that one.
We're going to get that signed into your contract for 2026. Are you? How are you doing personally? Just recovering from injury. We had Spa just last weekend. And then, as you say, heading out to Suzuka for testing. How's things for Dan Linfoot at this point in time?
Yeah, good recovery. I broke my shoulder and my upper arm, I think about 10 weeks ago, just before Le Mans. So had a difficult recovery, missed the Le Mans race. Came back to Spa last week. We didn't have the best round, to be honest. The weather was really iffy. In dry conditions, we're super fast. Greg, my teammate, set the all-time lap record of Spa, which was really good for our package. So we know that we've got a real good package in the dry, but it didn't work out for us in the wet. The weather came in on the race day, and we had probably 6 hours of rain. So we all lacked feeling and lacked performance in the wet. So we only managed to finish fourth, which isn't the end of the world. It's a good handful of points, but obviously we're in it to try and win races and be on the podium. So it's not been the best start to the season for the team, but as myself, I'm feeling quite well recovered. I think it's all healed. Just lacks a little bit of the final sort of strength of my other arm really at the moment, but doesn't hold me back on the bike at all. And obviously working on it sort of daily to get it back to where it needs to be. But really happy to be back on the bike. It's any rider that gets injured always says it's a horrible period, but I'm loving being back on the bike.
It's great to see you back on the bike. And as you say, flying out of Manchester tomorrow to head out to Suzuka, ready for testing and qualifying, ready for the big event, I think early August this year.
Yeah.
How much are you looking forward to getting back out there?
I always love Suzuka. I mean, you did a podcast with me, 2 or 3 years ago, sat on the grass at Brands, and I expressed how much I loved Suzuka 8 Hour. So after we finished third there last year on the podium with the Yoshimura team, so obviously going back to try and improve on that's going to be difficult. There's more factory teams in it this year. We've got Yamaha official coming in with Jack Miller and some of the factory guys. Honda are always going to be strong. The Ducati team's strong, but we feel like we can still fight for a podium. We have got good dry pace. So I know the team were testing 2 days this week just gone with the Japanese rider, and we've got a further 2 days next week with myself and Greg as well. So hopefully we can get ourselves in a good position of preparation to be able to fight where we need to for the 8 hour in Suzuka. And really keen to get back there. I love it. It's a special place to me, and see what we can do.
Brilliant. Dan, great to see you here at the NSS. Thanks for joining us, mate, and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.